Okay, we're back. Okay, so what will happen here, you can see that I've put an elongated cut in here. That's for the Noctua. It's made big enough for the Noctua. In this case, this fan will sit in here, and that will just go right like that, right in between the fang and the base. Okay, so what we're going to do here, here's our duct portion of that. Okay, the duct portion has the wire strain. That's a dovetail, just fits in place with two little screws, or one screw. Well, you don't have to put any screws, they fit pretty tight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this in place, and I'm just going to lightly install the Petsfang. So the Petsfang just slips over place, and just make sure that your wires are following that little race back there. That's all you have to do. Okay, and then I've got the number 2 by 5/16. I'm going to find my hole here for the mount, which is right there. I'm going to start the first screw. Okay, and I'm not going to tighten it up because we want to adjust this. Okay, so I'm going to come to the other side. Now on the BL Touch, I've added an extra hole at the top. It's important that you put the duct on first, even if it's loosely. And this is a lot easier if you have a little magnet. Unless you got little fingers. I have some big fingers, so I use a little magnet to just hold my screw in place, and it makes me a lot easier. It makes it a lot easier to find it. Get it in. This is probably the hardest part. Just lining up your holes and getting that in for the first time, especially with big fingers. Let me move some of this stuff out of the way so I can get in on the end. I apologize because this is the first time I've done a video and now I can see it, so I'll be good. Okay, so I've got my first screw started. I'm going to take my second screw. I'm going to start that at the top. Okay. Now, I know everybody was asking about where the fan should mount the ductwork. The ductwork should be just below. I've designed it to move because some people have regular Captain tape on it with some of the cloth insulation. Some people are using the silicone sock. Silicone sock is much thicker, but what you want to do is you want your airflow to be just below your heat block. Okay? I know it looks like it's blowing on the nozzle, but if you see any of my videos, you'll see that that really is not on the nozzle. It blows about 1 millimeter below the nozzle at this setup. And you can kind of see, if you look at the clearance here, you can kind of see what the clearance should be. It depends on your setup. I'm going to grab some, I've got some 3 millimeter screws here, and just for quickness, I'm just going to put 2 of them in. Leave it kind of loose so you can get to that second hole. See it? There it is. Okay, now that you really only need 2 screws in it. If you want to put more, you can. Guys, your Petsfang is installed. Okay, now let's just look at your 5015. This happens to be a 12 volt. I've got some 24 volts. What you do here, you've got a little indentation there that corresponds with the little part right here, and that just fits into place. It just clips in. Okay, and then I've designed one side, the screw from one side and the other side, different planes of the 5015 fan, and that's to keep it triangulated. You guys, any of you guys that know engineering, triangulation keeps things very, very secure. Okay, so I'm just going to do this by hand right now. I don't know, let me see if I can see that in the video. Yeah, I can. Okay, and then the top screw goes in like that. Just like that. Okay, now once you get your fan situated for height, and like I say, it should be just below the insulation. Okay, once you get it, and you can kind of see what the reveal is on that side. Once you get it below, just take your Allen wrench and just tighten it down. This is designed to be everything very, very close to the x-axis. That keeps the jerk, any ghosting, that keeps that all down, and it's extremely, extremely lightweight. Okay, so now I've got that on. I'm ready to go. This will be cut right here. I will put I have a lot of DuPont connectors that I use for that, little two-part DuPont connectors. And what I'll do is I'll put a DuPont connector on this end, I'll put a DuPont connector on this end, and I'm done. Okay, so then you have your wire string. Your wire string goes on the back. You fit it right around your Bowden tube and just set it right down into place. Okay, and then I take the Bowden tube off. Okay, I cut the Bowden tube totally off because it has a tendency, the wires have a tendency to position the Bowden tube in its shape, which is not what we want. We want the Bowden tube to flow free, to be in the shape of the filament. So I'm going to grab the part here. I also designed this part. It's called Take the Wire Off Your Bowden Tube, and it basically goes in with T-nuts. It fits right in the back here, and then your connection gets put right there, and now your Bowden tube runs totally free. This can be straightened out a little bit. It will never interfere with your print. And that's it, guys. That's installation. I took it off. I put it back on. I didn't bend any wires. I didn't take anything out of position. Let me know what you think. Good luck with your Petsfang. It may not look pretty, but your prints will.